I'm going to walk you through citing an article from one of CSU Libraries' databases according to APA 7 Citation Style. This will go pretty fast because the point of this video isn't to tell you everything there is to know about APA Citation Style. There's just too much. The point is to demystify the process a bit. First, make sure to have a copy of the article you want to cite. Most, or sometimes all, of the information we need can be found on the first page. We start with the authors. APA requires authors' first names to be reduced to initials and for their last names to come first. Makes it easier to alphabetize. We've got two authors, and we need to slot their names into the citation in the same order they're listed on the article. Now for the punctuation. Last name, comma, space, first initial, period, space, middle initial if we see one, period, comma, space, ampersand, space, second author's last name, comma, space, first initial, and a period. Yeah, this is tedious, but every space and piece of punctuation matters, so we gotta get it right. Next, we share when the article was published. That's usually listed at the top or bottom of the first page. We only need the 4-digit year, no months or days, even if the article includes it. Add a space after the period, put the year in parentheses, and follow it with another period. The article's title comes after that. Titles of scholarly articles look like sentences, and they're often set in large type near the top of the first page. Article titles in APA must be written in sentence case, which means only the first word of a sentence, the first word after a colon, and proper nouns get capitalized. See how the original here is written in title case with most of the words capitalized? In a formatting fight between APA and the original, APA wins every time. So let's fix it. The only capitalized words should be the first word in the title, the first word after the colon, and any proper nouns, which we don't have here. Once that's done, we close it with a period and move on. So, for scholarly articles, there are actually two titles you have to deal with: article title and journal title, and of course they have to be formatted differently. Journal titles are typically printed in much smaller text than article titles, and you can find them at the top or bottom of the page, usually with numbers next to them that indicate volume and issue. In this case, it's hiding way up here. Unlike article titles, which take sentence case, journal titles take title case. All the main words get, or rather stay, capped. Journal titles are placed in italics as well. This journal title is already in italics and title case, but if it weren't, we'd have to reformat it. Oh, and it's in bold type on the article, and APA doesn't use bold type for journal titles, so we remove it. In a formatting fight between APA and the original, APA wins every time. But we don't stop there. Journals are published periodically, so they have volumes and issues we have to deal with. These are usually labeled, and even if they're not, volume comes before issue. If you're having trouble figuring out which is which, or if one of the numbers is missing, ask a librarian. After the journal title comes a comma and a space, followed by the volume number, 19. It takes italics as well. Why? Because APA says so. That's the answer to a lot of things. The issue number, 3, comes after that, but no italics this time. Instead, we put it in parentheses. Okay, check this out. There are no words indicating volume or issue, just the formatting. This is how it's supposed to be. It's a code. The italicized number is always the volume. The number in parentheses is always the issue. After the issue number comes a comma, a space, and the page range. Start page, 230, hyphen, end page, 252. No PP or the word pages. Everything after the journal title should be a string of numbers and punctuation. Clean and simple. Then a period at the end to show the section's finished. Okay, now let's check if your article has a DOI. That's a Digital Object Identifier. It's a unique string of code that your audience can use to quickly and easily track down your references. If the article was published after about the year 2000, it probably has one. This article has it right here. You don't just copy it though. Let me pause here. That's actually really good advice for every part of a citation. Don't just copy and paste. Everything must be formatted according to APA guidelines, or it's wrong and you make a librarian sad. DOIs need to be formatted as URLs, like this. Start with this, then you add the DOI after the / to complete it. Don't put a period or anything after the DOI or you'll mess up the URL. You can check and make sure you did it right by using the link. If you get a web page with your article's info on it, you win. See? But what happens if there isn't a DOI? The answer, I'm sorry to say, is it depends, and it's too complicated to explain here. For more information, see APA's webpage for DOIs and URLs. No, and we can't forget indentation. APA requires citations to take a hanging indent. That means the first line of each citation starts at the left margin, and all subsequent lines are indented. Do not use tab for this, it gets the spacing wrong. Instead, give it a hanging indent using your word processing software. Here's how to do this in Microsoft Word. Highlight your citations. Make sure you're in the Home ribbon, then open Paragraph Settings using this tiny little box. In the Indentation section, open the menu labeled Special, select Hanging, and make sure it's set at a ½ inch. APA also requires citations to be double-spaced, so while we're in here, let's open the line spacing menu and select Double. Hit OK, and ta-da! We've got a double-spaced citation with a hanging indent. Now we're finally in the home stretch. Can you feel it? The citation's done. But what about actually quoting this article in your paper? For that, you gotta have an in-text citation. That's what tells your reader that you're using someone else's idea and where to find it in your list of references. For every article in your references, there must be a corresponding in-text citation and vice versa. The in-text citation has 3 pieces: the author's last names, the year of publication, and the page number. How you format this information depends on whether or not you choose to mention the authors by name in the text. This is a stylistic choice, no right or wrong here. If you don't use the author's names in the text, then the in-text citation looks like this, with everything in parentheses right after the quote. If you do use the author's names in the text, it looks like this, with the year in parentheses after the name and the page number in parentheses after the quote. So that's an example of APA 7 citation style. Before you go, let me make one last recommendation. Get a copy of the APA Manual of Style. It'll tell you how to cite anything and everything. We keep a copy at the help desk, and if you'd like some guidance, our friendly librarians would be happy to help on Ask Us live chat or in person.